Good morning, children. This is class 12th physics. We are doing chapter number 11, dual nature of radiation and matter, right? Dual nature is double nature. So wave and particle. Let's talk about radiation. What is radiation? Children, radiation is light. Your visible light, ultraviolet light, all comes under radiation. So children, through the chapter that is wave optics, the wave nature of light has been well established through the interference, diffraction and the polarization phenomena, right? In this chapter, we are going to see the particle nature of wave, which was proven by very well experiments of photoelectric effect and black body radiation. These effects, they show the particle nature of radiation, right? What is matter? Children, matter is the pen, the mobile, the book in your hand. They are all matter. They are particles. Yes, we can touch them, we can move them, right? But it was just through an analogy that if radiation, if it shows having a wave nature, if it shows a particle nature as well, then why can't matter, which is a particle, it also show a wave nature? Right. So this was just only through an analogy, and it's experiment. It is just like your hand, right? If you move your hand, you just assume to be a wave, right? Experimentally, it was shown that matter with wave nature is possible for microscopic particles. And the microscopic particle we very well know is one of them is electron. So the experiments were conducted on electrons and it was concluded that yes, matter being a particle, it also shows wave nature. And this matter which was associated with the wave, and that wave was known as matter wave. And it was through the Davison German experiment. This experiment has been removed from the board syllabus, right children? Let's proceed now. So children, we know that in long back, Newton, right? He gave the corpuscular theory in which he said that your light is having a particle nature, right? He said that. Then Huygens, he came, he gave all his diffraction, polarization, he gave and he said that no, it is a wave nature and full with experimental proof. Then for approximately, if you see here 1801 and 1887, approximately for 100 years, people believed, okay, light is having a wave nature, right? But again, after 100 years, a photoelectric effect was given, proving that no, what Newton was saying, that is correct, that light is having a particle nature. So this was the history of this, right? Now let's start with the first topic, that is free electrons. So children, free electrons are the electrons which are present in the outermost shell. They are the valence electrons. They are very loosely bound to the metal, right? They can move freely inside the metal. Inside the metal they can move anywhere, but they cannot leave the metal and they cannot go. No. So such loosely bound electrons are known as free electrons. Children, what is keeping them inside the metal? So there is an attractive force which is known as the restraining force, which is preventing them to come out of the metal surface. Right. Now, if you want to remove those free electrons, children, then what you have to do? You have to give them some energy, and that energy should overcome this restraining force. Suppose the restraining force energy is here, you will see that the unit is electron volt. Suppose 10 electron volt energy, with this energy the restraining forces are acting. So if you want to remove the electron volt, children, then you have to give energy more than the restraining energy. That is, you have to give more energy than 10 electron volt. You have to overcome the restraining forces, right? So the energy that you give, depending on that, here we have described the electron emission. So children, what is electron emission? Electron emission is the phenomena of emission of electrons from the surface of the metal. Metal से electron को eject करवाना, उसको remove करवाना, उसको escape करवाना, उस phenomena को हम बोलेंगे electron emission. So the phenomena from the surface of the metal is called electron emission. Now children, you know that if you want the electron to come out from the metal surface, then you have to supply them some energy. That energy, by which process you have supplied, depending on that, there are these three, one more is there are these three types of emissions. The first emission is thermionic emission. Thermi is heat. So it means you are supplying heat energy. Here you have kept a burner and you are giving heat energy. And with this heat energy, the electrons are emitted, the electrons are getting ejected from the metal surface. Why? Because when you apply heat energy, that heat energy is absorbed, that heat energy is taken by the electrons and they get heat energy, right? They try to overcome the restraining forces and finally they come out. And these emitted electrons, children, they are known as thermions, or you can also call as thermal electrons. So how many thermal electrons will be emitted? It depends upon the temperature of the metal surface. More is the temperature of the metal surface, more thermal electrons are emitted, right? So thermionic emission, it is the phenomena of emission of electrons from the metal surface when it is heated suitably, right? Next, we are going to talk about field emission. Here, children, field is suppose to the metal surface, you keep it in some strong electric field. So here you can see positive, negative. So this is from positive to negative is your electric field, and this yellow color inside you can see the metal surface, right? So children, when you are putting it in a strong electric field, at that time, because of that electric field, electrons are emitted, and this electrons, they are emitted and due to the application of strong electric field. So this phenomena of emission of electrons from the metal surface under the application of strong electric field is known as field emission. Here children, very strong electric field is applied, that is 10 to the power 8 volt per meter. This strong electric field is applied, then electrons come out, right? The third process of emission of electron is photoelectric emission. Photo is light. So what we are putting on the metal surface, we are making the light radiations to fall on the metal surface. अब ये light कैसी होगी? It should be of suitable frequency. It should have suitable frequency. So when the light radiation of sufficient frequency, the children fall on the metal surface, electrons are emitted. This phenomena is known as photoelectric effect. Right children? Here the energy, who is providing the energy? The light. Light में क्या होता है? Light is considered to be a bundle of energy, right? A packets. The small packets, they are known as photon. तो फोटोन आता है लाइट में और वो अपनी एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रॉन को दे देता है और इलेक्ट्रॉन बाहर आ जाते हैं. ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन बाहर आए हैं, द एमिटेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, दे आर नोन एज द फोटो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, right? So this is your photoelectric emission. Now children, before going to photoelectric effect, let's see what are photons. So children, photoelectric effect was not means it could not be explained by assuming light to be wave. So it started with considering light as a particle, and it was postulated that light, it consists of small packets of energy, and that quanta of energy was known as photon. And here, after describing certain properties of photon, the photoelectric effect was completely explained, right? His theory was, he received very credibility for his theory, and plus the what graph he had predicted for the various parameters, that experimentally came out to be true, and so it was everywhere in the air that no, light is having a particle nature. So let's see what were the properties of the photons, right? The first property is in the interaction of radiation with matter. Radiation behaves as if it is made up of particles like photons. So first is that when light is reacts with matter, it behaves that light is made up of small particles, small quanta, that is quanta of energy, that is photons. सारी photons की energy कितनी होती है? Energy is given by h nu. Energy of photon is given by h nu, where nu is what? Nu is the frequency of the light, right? And we know that frequency can be written as c by lambda, where c is the speed of the light and lambda is the wavelength. Now children, here h is what? H is the Planck's constant, right? Planck's constant value we know 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule per second. And speed of light we know it is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So if children we put the value of hc, it will come out to be 1242. Right? So in numericals, this will be useful to you, that they might give you the wavelength that should be in nanometer, right? That you put here 1242 divided by wavelength in nanometer, that will give you the energy in electron volt. We will discuss what is electron volt. Okay, children. So this is the energy. And what is the momentum? So children, momentum is given by h nu by c, that is h by lambda. Right? Now, next they are saying that irrespective of the intensity of the radiation, whatever might be the intensity of the light, but all photons which are present in the light, they are going to have the same energy. सारे photons, सारे packets जो हैं उनकी energy same होगी, and they will have the same momentum. वो light की intensity पे depend नहीं करेगा. क्या नहीं डिपेंड करेगा? The energy of the photon, the momentum of the photon, right? All photons of particular frequency and wavelength, they will have same energy and same momentum, right children? Now let's talk about another important term, and that is fourth property, that is by increasing the intensity of radiation. Suppose we increase the intensity of the radiation, right? So when you children increase the intensity of the radiation of given frequency and wavelength, there is only increase in the number of photons which are falling per second on that, while each photon is having the same energy. So it is again the same thing. So children, we know intensity is power upon area. So we can write power as intensity into area. We know energy is hc by lambda, right? Where, and now suppose you define a new term, that is n. n number of photons per time, means per second में कितने photons आ रहे हैं. तो ये suppose energy है 1 photon की. So if there are number of photons per unit time, if there are n photons, so if I multiply energy with number of photons per time, then it will be energy by time, and that is power, right? तो power मिल जाएगा. तो n hc by lambda क्या है? Power है. इस power की value को अगर हम यहाँ पे रखते हैं, then we will get IA equals to hcn by lambda. So your I equals to hcn upon lambda A. So here if you see children, that if you increase the intensity of the radiation, then there will be increase in the number of photons, but the energy will remain same, right? Now let's talk about the fifth point. All photons which are emitted from a source of light, they travel through the space with the same speed, right? That is speed of light. Then next point, the frequency of photon which shows a definite energy, they do not change when photon travel from different media. Means उसकी जो frequency है बेटा वो रहेगी constant. ठीक है. Next is the velocity of photon is different in different media is different, which is due to change in wavelength. Wavelength change होती है इसीलिए उसकी velocity change होती है. But frequency, which is the characteristic property of the source change नहीं किया तो frequency will remain same. Right? Photons, they are electrically neutral. They are not deflected by electric field. They are not deflected by magnetic field. And children, we have assumed that the rest mass of the photon is zero, means photon is having zero mass, right? And according to Einstein's theory of relativity, he compared the mass of the particle moving with velocity v with the speed of light, which was given by m equals to m naught under root 1 by v square upon c square, right? So this is these are the properties of photons, right? Now we are going to talk about the term which are very much required, and they are the work function. They are the work function, right beta? Work function. So children, work function, it is the minimum amount of energy that has to be given to the, suppose this is the metal surface, right? Here we have placed some electrons. Suppose I place some electrons over here. So what minimum amount of energy should be given to this electron so that it comes out of the metal surface? कितनी एनर्जी देने से ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है वो बाहर आ जाएगा मेटल सरफेस पे? That minimum amount of energy is known as the work function. So work function is the minimum energy required by an electron to escape from the metal surface, and it has to overcome the restraining forces. This work function, it is represented by phi 0, sometimes by W0. You can use the symbol phi 0, right? It is measured in terms of electron volt. It is measured in terms of electron volt. So what is electron volt? 1 electron volt is the energy that is taken by the electron when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt. So it is the energy which is taken by the electron when the electron is accelerated through the potential difference of 1 volt, right children? So for free electrons to come out of the metal surface, their energy should be greater than the work function. Work function तो minimum energy है, उतनी तो देनी ही पड़ेगी, right? The next term which we are going to talk about, okay, so this is your 1 electron volt. It is the energy which is gained by the electron when it is accelerated by a potential difference of 1 volt. मतलब अगर आपने potential difference 1 volt रखा है, suppose यहाँ पे difference है 9 volt है, यहाँ पे 10 volt है, right? So suppose here you are having electron. So because of the 1 volt difference, the electron will move towards the higher potential, towards the positive potential, right? So वो मूव करेगा, एक्सेलरेट होगा तो उसके पास एनर्जी आएगी. दैट एनर्जी इज 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट, एंड 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट इज इक्वल टू 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. And children, this work function, that is the minimum energy required by an electron to get ejected, to escape, to get emitted from the metal surface, depends upon temperature of the metal. It depends upon the nature of the metal. सारी metals के अलग-अलग होते हैं work function, right? It depends upon the impurities which are present in the metal surface, right? If you see in this table, this is cesium, potassium, sodium, potassium, sodium, right? So they are having different work functions. So if you see children, the work function of cesium is minimum 2.14 electron volt, and the work function for Pt, that is platinum, is maximum 5.65 electron volt. So cesium as its work function is less, so the electrons from the cesium metal can be ejected, can be removed with radiation of lower energy. थोड़ी energy वाले radiations light अगर incident करते हो, then from the cesium electrons will come out easily. But for the platinum, its work function is more, so more energy radiation has to be incident on it for getting the electrons ejected out. So corresponding to children work function, corresponding to work function, there is another term which is in terms of frequency. Okay, which is in terms of wavelength, which is in terms of wavelength. So एनर्जी राइट, सो उस एनर्जी वाले सपोज ये लाइट इंसिडेंट किया आपने और यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉन है, और ये जो लाइट है उसने एक एनर्जी दी जिस एनर्जी से इलेक्ट्रॉन बाहर आ गए, राइट. सो करस्पॉन्डिंग टू दैट एनर्जी द वेवलेंथ ऑफ द लाइट, जिस वेवलेंथ की लाइट से इलेक्ट्रॉन गॉट एमिटेड फ्रॉम द मेटल सरफेस, that wavelength of light is known as the threshold wavelength. We know the wavelength is shown by the symbol that is lambda equal to hc by E, energy, right? Instead of energy we are putting the work function. So work function phi se denote karte hain, don't use this phi. So lambda will also become naught, and this lambda naught is nothing but threshold wavelength. Means this is the wavelength of that light which is having work function energy, means uske paas utni energy hai that it can eject the electron out. So the wavelength of that particular radiation is known as the threshold wavelength, right children? So lambda naught equal to hc by phi naught, right? So corresponding to this we can define threshold frequency also. So threshold frequency क्या होगा बेटा? Threshold frequency वो frequency है light की जिस पे जो electrons है they started coming out of the metal surface, right? So the photon energy h nu 0 which is required to remove the electrons from the metal surface, it is known as the threshold frequency. उतनी frequency जिससे electrons बाहर आ गए metal surface से, that is your threshold frequency, right? If your light which you are putting, if it is having frequency less than nu naught, तो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बाहर आएंगे ही नहीं. जब न्यू नॉट जितनी फ्रीक्वेंसी आप डालोगे लाइट की, तब इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बाहर आना एमिट होंगे, जस्ट बाहर आएंगे. अगर आप इससे ज्यादा एनर्जी डालते हो, अगर आप इससे ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी वाली लाइट डालते हो, देन व्हाट विल हैपन? देन द इलेक्ट्रॉन विल कम आउट and the extra energy which it has got, it will start running with that. Means that extra energy will be used or will be used as kinetic energy of the electron, right? So threshold frequency and threshold wavelength. Now let's talk about photoelectric effect. So what is photoelectric effect? So children, photoelectric effect is the phenomena of emission of electrons. Electrons bahar aane ka process hai from the surface when the light of suitable wavelength or frequency is put on the metal surface. This phenomena is known as photoelectric effect, and we know electrons are coming out, and these electrons are known as the photoelectrons. And when these electrons, photoelectrons, are going to move in the circuit which we have connected, the electrons will produce current, and this current is known as the photocurrent, right? Now let's see the experimental setup for photoelectric effect. So children, here we are having a tube which is either made up of glass or it is made up of quartz, right? So this is your tube. Inside the tube, here we are having a plate, that is C, which is a photosensitive plate. And on the other side, we are having metal plate A, which is also known as collector. So this is your photosensitive plate C, and this is your metal plate, which is also known as collector. ये collect करेगा, क्या collect करेगा? Electrons, जो कि यहाँ से इधर आएंगे, right? This much clear? Now what we are doing? We are putting a filter, right? This is a window which we have made it with quartz, and here is a source of light. So this filter will allow the light of particular wavelength to fall on the photosensitive plate, right? And this cathode and this photosensitive plate and anode, they are connected with a potential divider circuit. They are connected with the battery over here. The voltmeter will measure the potential difference across the two plates, right? And here the microammeter will measure the photo current, right? Now what will happen, children? Now children, what will happen when the source is kept over here? The quartz window, the filter which we have put, will allow the light of particular frequency wavelength to fall on the photosensitive plate. And because of this, the photoelectrons are emitted from plate C. And as we have provided the potential difference over here, these electrons will get accelerated towards the plate A. ये भागे भागे यहाँ पे आएंगे because plate A तो positive पे है. So these electrons, they flow in the outer circuit, resulting in the photoelectric current, which is measured by the microammeter, right? So this is your experimental setup. From this experiment, various graphs or various effects were seen. Here if you see in this slide, children, if you are putting the light of frequency of energy, h nu is energy, less than work function मतलब w या phi naught, अगर वर्क फंक्शन से कम है तो वर्क फंक्शन तो बेटा मिनिमम एनर्जी है ना, दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर एन इलेक्ट्रॉन टू एस्केप, बट मिनिमम से तो कम एनर्जी है, सो नो इलेक्ट्रॉन एमिशन. बट इफ यू पुट लाइट रेज ऑफ energy greater than work function, then yes, electron emission will take place, right? So let's see the first thing, that is the effect of intensity of the incident ray. So what effect does intensity of incident radiation put on the photoelectric current? So suppose children, here we are having a photosensitive plate on which here we are putting a light of intensity I1, right? And the same photosensitive plate, then we are putting the light of intensity I2. इंटेंसिटी I1 एंड I2 मीन सपोज आपने यहाँ पे एक बल्ब लगा दिया और यहाँ पे आपने सिमिलर दो बल्ब लगा दिए, right? Here you are putting two bulbs. So if from this one bulb 100 photons are coming out, then from the two similar characteristic bulbs, 1000 photons are coming from one bulb, then here 2000 photons will come from the two bulbs, and these 1000 photons will hit 1000 electrons and 1000 electrons will be emitted. But in the other case, this 2000 photons, they will hit or they will provide their energy to 2000 electrons and they will come out, right? Provided children here the energy which we are putting, हमने जो energy दी है, that energy is greater than the work function, तभी emission होगा, otherwise emission नहीं होगा, right? So here you can see if you are increasing the intensity, then the current is also increasing linearly. So with the increase in the intensity of the incident ray, the photo current varies linearly. How? Because the number of photons emitted per second they are directly proportional to intensity. यहाँ पे 1000 photons, 1000 to 1000 photons, right? So if you draw the graph of photoelectric current versus intensity, you get a straight line graph. Okay, children, this is it for today. Tomorrow we will continue.